Let's roll. The Friday Night Free Show has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. From Costa Rica to California, from Montreal to Minnesota, as we continue to kick it in an ice-cold Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We'll be with you for the next couple hours here this evening. I've got an early morning and maybe a late night as well here this evening. So we'll kick it with you for about 120 minutes or so. Unfortunately, big man on campus cannot join us this evening. No big man on campus tonight. He's got an Albanian family party, evidently. So we step up and in during this this Cotton Bowl. Whatever, man. I don't even know why they call it the Cotton Bowl. It's not in the Cotton Bowl. Yeah, to be a Cotton Bowl, you actually have to play in the Cotton Bowl, as far as I'm concerned. It can't be the Cotton Bowl at fucking Arlington or whatever. It's not like the Rose Bowl. They don't play the Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl is the Rose Bowl. Like, it's in the Rose Bowl. The Cotton Bowl should be in the fucking Cotton Bowl. It's always bothered me. I get it. The Cotton Bowl's a dump, but whatever. Deal with it. So it's 24-0. Speaking of dumps, Sam Darnold's taking a dump on national television here this evening, and I'm kicking myself for this one. You know, I generally bet against the USC Trojans on a weekly basis this year because I thought they were overrated, and I got suckered in because they were getting points tonight. 24-0 right now, 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. USC could come back, but I could also grow hair back overnight right now. And, you know, I'm not sure which is a better chance of happening. But USC are just rattled. They're overwhelmed. Pac-12 being exposed like we thought they would. And this pretty much cements our Penn State pick for tomorrow. And we saw Michigan State beat the shit out of Washington State. The Pac-12 is just sort of a soft, average conference. To me, though, this isn't a good look for Sam Darnold going into the National Football League. Oh, big catch for USC. Now, I would say that this, you know, this is hurting Sam Darnold right now. You know what, Shy Picks? It really won't affect his draft status. That's what I was going to say. It really won't. You know, how he performs at the combine, how he stacks up against his peers, the other quarterbacks there, that's what's going to matter. But I said it before. I think Sam Darnold will be an NFL bust. And if you're overwhelmed by USC, you're going to be overwhelmed by the Baltimore Ravens. Now, he's not the only one. I mean, the fact is, Clay Helton's not a very good coach. I've said this a million times as well. You know, this was the one concern, too. Clay Helton versus Urban Meyers. Fucking huge mismatch. The thing that's surprising, one of the things that's surprising the most to me is just, you know, USC looks slow next to Ohio State. I reiterate, you know, the Pac-12 is not a very good conference. No, he's not a premium coach. You know, Sam Darnold got the Sam Darnold. You know, there, Clay Helton got the job because the players basically stated, we want Clay Helton. And I said the same thing when the Oregon Ducks fucking voted for Mario Cristobal. I said, you can't let the kids decide who the fucking coach is. Just because the kids like the guy. It's like Ed Orgeron in LSU. Yeah, the kids like him. Good. Fuck. You know, Clay Helton, always a good recruiter. Anyone can recruit to USC. It's not hard to recruit to USC. But like I talked about this last night, I said, you know, Clay Helton doesn't have a signature win. Thank you, Andros Cineros. My voice a little shot. We were in rehearsals again today. And unfortunately, rehearsals, we took a little bit of a step backwards today. Yeah, that often happens. You know, we hadn't jammed in a long fucking time. Went pretty well yesterday. Today was sloppier. At least I was sloppier. I've got some work to do, so I don't have enough time. You know, I don't have enough time in a day. Starting to catch up to me the last 48 hours. Man, I really haven't, like, literally, it's been every minute occupied. Yeah, you know, I'll be honest with you, Andrew. I don't feel great. I don't feel great because I'm eating like crap here on the road. I'm trying to stay healthier. I'm drinking water at least and stuff, but I forgot some of my medication. Yeah, I'm not feeling great. I'm not feeling great. But did I clock someone? No. Poutine date with the front desk girl? No, but I might be I might have something going on later, which is bad timing for me, but I have an old lady friend here in Montreal who basically called my bluff and told me, she's like, oh, I finished work at 1. I finished work at 1 a.m. Says, if you want to get something to eat, or I could just come to your hotel. So I'm like, what am I going to say? No. But I've got a show to do in the morning. I've got a show to I got a TV show in the morning, and I've got a concert tomorrow evening. I got a rehearsal in the afternoon tomorrow. Like, it really never motherfucking ends. And I kind of remember all the lyrics, but I'm still having problems. And they keep dropping new songs on my ass. Oh, let's do this song. Let's do that song. It's like, fuck, man. One thing I've realized playing in a band in the last 2 days is I don't, you know, I'm not a band guy. Like, I've been running my own operation on TV and the radio, internet, and everything for the last like 15 years. So just like, you know, listening, you know, one dude's bitching at me, another guy's fucking, you know, well, let's do this and let's do that. Another guy wants to fucking change fucking this, change that. Why don't you do this and you do that now? And it's like, finally, I was like, listen, dude, you know, we're not even supposed to be playing a fucking show. We're supposed to record a new fucking record. And here we are playing some fucking show. It's minus 28 out here. It's like fucking Arctic cold. You know, it just continues, man. There's no end. There's no end in sight either. It's finally caught up to me. I didn't really care last night, but now I'm just cold. Fuck. I have a heat on here, but I'm still cold, man. How can you not be? It's like minus 40 with the wind chill. Like, my hands are cold, my feet are cold, everything's just fucking cold, man. I'm getting pissed off, to be honest. Exactly, Stooch. I see the benefits. I'm like Kim Jong-un, man. I can't be playing in like fucking, you know, democracies and shit like that. So yeah, somebody told me tonight that right now it's in Ottawa, Canada right now, which isn't that far from here. It's like 2 hours from here. It's the coldest capital in the world right now. Coldest capital in the world. We appreciate that, Mario Martinez. my confidence was shaken. Like I said, everything's confidence in music. In life, everything's confidence. But yesterday I left like I was very confident. I was like, God, everything's great. Today I leave here, I'm like, holy fuck, man. What a fucking mess. Yeah, if they legalize sports betting, I'm there, man. Remember, it turns out weed is legal in North Korea. Or at least it's not illegal. If it's legal, it's not illegal. Like Kim Jong-un won't execute you for smoking weed. Like I guess like the farmers, a lot of farmers grow their own dirt weed and stuff there. All right, so USC punches one in. Listen, we're on the over in this game as well. Maybe we can backdoor cover it. You know, there have been some comebacks in the Bulls. So what do we got tonight? I'll take a look at the board. I see some guys asking me, oh, fuck off. It's fucking Laker night tonight. Why do the Lakers have to play all the time? Man, I just lost my stream. Fuck off.
This year, that Notre Dame game, that guy did not score a touchdown. His 19th on the season. He has been so dynamic. And as Tim Martin said, that
I got a stream going here. Give me a second. I'm way behind, though. It's the thing with the Reddit streams. Reddit streams are always very clear, but they're always very behind. Fucking Bosscast. I don't know if it's a stupid computer. I fucking hate Apple, man. But I know this Bosscast, it doesn't work now. Like I'd have to restart everything. It's fucking annoying. So I'm gonna have to be a play or two behind here, but it is what it is. At least I got the game. All right, 24-7, 159 left. Like I said, I might be a little bit behind. We did all right in the bowl games today. I see we got Shy Picks in the house, and Shy Picks said to me, I'm on the opposite of every one of your plays. It was all said and done. We didn't do too poorly. Plus units, not as much as we'd like. But New Mexico State gets it done this evening. So listen, we started out the day today, Wake Forest and Texas A&M. Spread was 3.5, 4. It was bouncing around. It wasn't 3. It went up to like 3.5. It popped up to 4 and it went back down to 3.5. Crazy football game, back and forth. Wake Forest ended up winning 55-52. We get the win with Texas A&M. I'm kind of an idiot because when I tweeted this morning, I did it fast, but I didn't tweet the over this NC State-Arizona State game. So I went pretty big on Arizona State. I lost, but we hit the over. So it's kind of a split job there. Then we went back-to-back with some wins. This is where it got good. We were on NC State plus the points, or New Mexico State plus the points, excuse me. The Aggies win 26-20 in overtime. And we were on Kentucky plus the points. And the Kentucky game went up to 8.5, 9 for some reason. Northwestern win by 1. So that's, that's what we're always talking about. You got to rattle off consecutive wins, 2 wins in a row, 3 wins in a row. So at least we went back-to-back with these games here. Northwestern, boom, Kentucky winner. New Mexico State, Utah State winner. And right now I'm on the over in this football game, over 65, and I'm also on the USC Trojans. Plus 10. Fuck, it was 9.5, and I bought a half a point. I was wondering why it went up so high, and well, we see Ohio State's moving the ball with ease right now. What up, Kyle Hamburg? Next Friday night, buddy, we'll be in Vancouver. The Morency tour continues. It's catching up to me, but all right. So we got the Clippers and the Lakers tonight, and we got Charlotte and Golden State. I see the Lakers had a meeting. They had a Festivus meeting. Errors of the grievances. The Lakers team hold meeting. Was LeVar Ball there? Luke Walton's not the coach to turn this thing around. I'll tell you right now, the Clippers always fucking beat the Lakers. I'm seeing here, I don't know, you guys would know more than I would. I just got in here a couple of minutes before the show started. It says Blake Griffin. Yeah, he's returning. Yeah. Griffin's going to play tonight. Blake Griffin is playing. Wesley Johnson's going to play off the bench. Seems like they're getting a little healthier right now. The Clippers have won 3 or 4 basketball games. Clippers will be without Lonzo Ball and Brook Lopez. I just don't think Luke Walton's a great coach, or at least a good coach for this situation. Luke Walton had success with the Warriors, but, man, the Warriors are so stacked, you know? I don't think it's extremely hard. And Steve Kerr was around. It wasn't like Luke Walton. Luke Walton basically just fucking sat on the bench during the games. Like, Steve Kerr ran practices and still shit when he was out. Steve Kerr just couldn't do the games and the travel and stuff. He put together the game plans and everything still. You know, I just don't think Luke Walton, I don't think if you have a really young team with a bunch of young players, I don't think a young coach is the right fit for the guy. You know, you need an experienced coach who's been there before. Like, I'm not sure the players really respect Luke Walton all that much. The Lakers, though, I mean, this has been the Lakers' problem for a couple of years. And I think the Lakers thought that D'Angelo Russell was sort of one of the cancers and the problems there. But I think it goes deeper than that. That's why I'm saying, like, I've always said this. I don't think there's going to be a million free agents, like, running to play for the Lakers like a lot of people think there will be. Maybe LeBron will, but I'm hearing that LeBron doesn't want any part of this shit with Lonzo and LeVar and everything either. The one rumor that's going on with LeBron James right now really could change the NBA, and it would be the only thing that would sway the balance of power from the Golden State Warriors is if LeBron James signs with the Houston Rockets. And there is talk of that right now. There's whispers of that. You know, LeBron James is very good friends with Chris Paul, and he gets along with Harden well enough. And if LeBron wants to win, he goes to Houston. LeBron James and James Harden together with Chris Paul and Ariza and everybody in Houston, they would, then Golden State couldn't say like, oh, we're going to win easily. Like if LeBron James is on a Houston Rockets, suddenly the Rockets become a serious fucking threat to the Golden State Warriors. The thing with Houston and Texas, there's no tax too. So, LeBron could take a little less and still make as much because of the tax situation. And as I stated, he's good friends with Chris Paul. And he's good friends with Harden as well. They get along. Like, LeBron doesn't get along with everybody, but he gets along with these guys. And you notice the Rockets are very aggressive. The Rockets want to have a mega super team. Yeah, that'll be a problem, Mohammed. Yeah, it'll be the Rockets. It'll be the Rockets and the Warriors, and yeah, you're not gonna have a hope in hell. What's up, Juggernaut? So yeah, guys, I think the Clippers are the play. Let's take the Clippers. I'm sure now that people are realizing Griffin's going to play, the spread's going to be going up, though. Let's get in here. NBA, Clippers. Clippers -3 or -155 on the money line. Ugh, I hate that. It's right in between. Like, if it's like -130 or lower, I'll just take the money line. But now I'm like 55 or 3. Like, chances are, is it really going to be that close of a game? It's really going to bother me, though. If we lay the 3 and then they win by 2, we just didn't take the money line, but like the Clippers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 9-1 in the last 10. And I know it's even like more than that going back in that, but I only see the last 10 meetings. Like I said, the Lakers never beat them. The Lakers beat them once on Christmas Day, actually, in 2016, 2 years ago. Last time they played, it was 120-115, 108-92, 115-104, 133-109, 113-97. And the Lakers won 111-102 that time in 2000. So they haven't beaten them since Christmas Day 2016. It's been 6 straight times, again, the Clippers have beaten them. The Clippers beat them like 3 weeks ago, actually. It's not a road trip for the Clippers. All right, the Clippers are the play here, guys. Yeah, I think the Clippers is the I think the Clippers is the bet. Fuck it. We're going to do the money line. Fuck it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Golden State Warrior games are always tricky. I see the Warriors are playing as well. All right, 24-7 at the half. (24-7) at the half. Second half number, Ohio State and USC. Ohio State are -4.5. Over under 30.5. Wow. This one I don't like, though. I'm already on USC, right? So I don't want to chase and take them again at +4.5 here. But I'll tell you what, the odds makers clearly think that Ohio State are just going to keep on pummeling these guys. No, Rosie, we will not be streaming the Clipper and Laker game. For any of you that want to watch the Clipper game, go there. Go there. We will not have the Clipper Laker game. Yeah, we're on the Clippers. It's what? You guys asked about the total now, too. Listen, the Clippers seem like a solid play. I don't think it's just like a throwaway play. I'm going to split it up. I just played the money line, but I'll lay the 3 as well. So we'll play a 3 and a 155. Suddenly I got $300 on this game. All good. They're going to win. All right, so you know what I noticed here for the college football second half? I think USC is going to get a little bit more comfortable. Like USC will relax a little bit, I think, coming out of the break. I think they'll calm down a little bit. Are they going to be able to come all the way back? Probably not. But I'm looking at the team total here in the second half. USC's team total is 10.5. So I need to get to 18 points. Like, they're only at 7 points right now. They're basically saying that USC is going to end up with 17 points. USC won't quit, and Ohio State will let up. Now, Ohio State can keep scoring, though. Now, the total is 30 right now. So 30, so suddenly it makes it 61. Yeah, I don't think Ohio State's going to go. I don't think USC is going to go away. They turned the ball over a million times. Nothing went well for them. They were clearly out of sync. They were clearly nervous. They were clearly overwhelmed by Ohio State's team speed. You know, we saw them just score a touchdown on the second to last drive here. On their last drive, actually. I think like I said, I'm not saying they're going to come back, but let's say it's 24-7 right now. Let's say the game ends up 45-24. I think Ohio State's going to keep scoring too. The total's 30. I'm already on the over, but I wouldn't be opposed to saying the over 30. I mean, there's two ways this can go. USC just roll over, get punked out, and Ohio State runs the ball down their throat. But we're talking about Urban Meyer here, guys. He doesn't let up. And Urban Meyer's going to want to send a message that they should have been in the playoffs. Yeah, we're talking about an Urban Meyer that fucking ran a fake punt against like Akron when he was up 63-3 or something. Don't forget, Ohio State got pummeled last year in a playoff game, 34-0 or whatever it was. So, yeah, Ohio State won't let up. Like, I'm not giving up on my total, and I got 65, so I would recommend over 30. Like I said, Ohio State aren't going to get conservative or anything. They'll run the score up if they can. Urban Meyer will look, we lost last year. We got shut out. You guys didn't put us in the playoffs. Here's a big fuck you. We just hung 55 on fucking USC. And then we'll find out Darnold's character here, whether Darnold's going to pack it up and in, which I don't, he really can't. I mean, we were talking about whether this affects his draft stock or not. No, because, you read the mainstream media, they're always going up and down with this draft stock shit. Oh, Rosen's stock is up, this guy is down, and it's all bullshit. The NFL teams already know which guy they kind of like. And then they'll all get to the combine, and then someone will be exposed. One of these guys will be like, oh, fuck, he's actually not as big as they said, or, oh, man, look, he can't throw the ball like it looks on TV. Someone will get exposed. There'll be a couple of jockeying shit, but I think the scouts right now, the GMs will be looking at Darnold's character. All right, the kid's down 24-7 at the half. He didn't play well in the first half. How is he going to respond in the second half? Is he going to mope and put his head down? Or is he going to fucking ball and try to come back right now? So I think this is critical of Sam Darnold's future, that he doesn't quit here. Like I said, if you're looking like you're overwhelmed and you're quitting in a college game, it's not a good look going into the NFL. What's up, Talat? So whatever this guy's talking is good. I don't want to see she ever played sports, all I can tell. Urban Meyer's a goof, but he's a good coach. What do I think about the under in the Spurs-Suns game? I'm seeing the Suns and the Kings, 1915. Charlotte and Golden State, -10. Kind of hard to take Charlotte here. Charlotte, they're 2-12 on the road. Look at this. Golden State have massacred them every time they played, too. Charlotte's not playing very well. I mean, they beat Milwaukee 2 games ago, but I don't know. It seems like every time I lay points with Golden State in these like non-big games, they don't care. Fuck. All right, so as I was saying here, USC team total is 10.5. I'm going to go over the 10.5. I just think it's too low. I don't think USC is going to quit. USC can get us 14 points here in the second half. They should get more than that, too. USC over 10.5 in the second half. So we're on the Clippers, -3 on the money line. We're on Ohio State, USC. I think the over 30 is in play here in the second half. I think there's still going to be a shitload of points. Like Ohio State aren't your typical college team. Like this isn't a typical game where, oh, we're up 24-7. Let's just get conservative. like I said, you guys know, man. Urban Meyer runs the fucking score up, man. He'll fucking score 50 or 60 if he can. So the Warriors are -10. I think the Warriors cover. Charlotte have only won 12 games all year. They've won 2 games on the fucking road, guys. They're a major disappointment. Even when Golden State doesn't seem to give a shit, they still win by 14 or 15. I think the Warriors get it done. Small play on -10. We got some college stuff coming up here, too. With the Washington Huskies and the USC Trojans. Let me just get this play in here. I'm going to play the Warriors. I'm not going massive on it. Warriors -10. I went bigger on the Clippers. Warriors -10. Now let's dig into this college stuff. I'm tempted by the +10 with the Washington Huskies. I don't think much of the USC Trojan basketball team. They're overhyped. They're like their football team. There's no reason why this shouldn't be a high-scoring game, though. Thing is, Washington, their offense can be anemic at times. Both teams like to push the tempo. I mean, look, Washington score 80 points a game. They give up 75 a game. USC scored 81 a game. They give up 73 a game. That's 154 and a half and 155 and a half. The total is 157. It's actually gone under the number the last 3 times they played. They landed at 151, 132, 154. It's gone under 3 straight times that they played these guys. It's like, look, USC were big favorites against Middle Tennessee State. Like, what were they laying? USC were laying, they were -3 and they won by 5. They were -4.5 against New Mexico State. They won by 5. Washington's wins are against real cupcakes, but I would say the over as well. I think the over is the play. If you're, you want to force something in the late night hours here, if you're looking for action. So it's 157 and a half. And after that, we got a couple of more games too. Washington State and UCLA, Colorado, Oregon State, Howard and Hawaii. We'll take a look at that in a minute too. Let's get in on the over here. 157 and a half. I'll buy half a point. 157. Nothing massive, but let's put it in play here. The best player ever to come out of Ohio State? Well, Archie Griffin's the only player to win back-to-back Heismans. That's something right there. But I would say probably the best player to come out of Ohio State, Eddie George. Eddie George. Now, Chris Carter is a Hall of Famer. I don't know. I think Chris Carter's lucky to get into the Hall of Fame. Chris Carter was good, but do you view Chris Carter in the same way like Jerry Rice or some of these other Hall of Famers? Chris Carter was good, though. Eddie George, though, what? Eddie George's not a Hall of Famer. Yeah, Orlando Pace. Chris Spielman was great. I just think Chris Carter was on good offensive teams more than anything. No, Troy Smith we talked about it last night. Troy Smith was terrible with the Alouettes. No, Chris Spielman's a stud. Great football player. Joey Galloway was Ohio State. I don't know. You'll notice that a lot of the like really big time college programs didn't have like great pros, Like some of these college teams are sort of built to win in college. They're not built to win in the NFL, right? Yeah, but you have to say Archie Griffin. I know, we're going back hard here. We're going back. Al Hard. It's like Al Snow. What do you want, head? What do you want now? Like I said, like Archie Griffin is before all of our times, early 70s, but the guy won back-to-back Heismans. You win back-to-back Heismans, you know, it's hard to argue with that. I mean, but we all know, besides Archie Griffin, that the greatest Ohio State Buckeye is Kirk Herbstreit. Just ask him. We're forgetting about Kirk Herbstreit. Oh, Jack Tatum. Yeah, that's the thing. In Football Observer, Lomas, good call with Jack Tatum. But like I said, yeah, if we go back into the old days, then, you know, we can find some good Ohio State players. You know what I mean? But modern era, there haven't been great NFL guys. Here, we'll punch in a list here. I hate the Buckeyes, but all right. Best Ohio State Buckeyes of all time. It's a no-brainer. It's Archie Griffin. Like I said, he's the only guy ever in college football to win back-to-back Heisman trophies. So how can you say he's not the best ever at this fucking school? So Archie Griffin is ranked number 1. This is whatever on Ranker. Eddie George, number 2. Eddie George won the Heisman Trophy. Eddie George went on to a pretty good NFL career, too. Archie Griffin did not. Orlando Pace, number 3. Orlando Pace had a great NFL career. Ezekiel Elliott is ranked number 4 right now. I think it's a little premature to have him 4 ahead of Chris Carter. I'd have Chris Carter. You got to have Chris Carter ahead of Eddie George. And, you know, Orlando Pace, a Hall of Famer, will be. But you got to give Chris Carter his due. I mean, the guy's a Hall of Famer. Number 6 is Chris Spielman. Number 7, Jack Tatum. Number 8, A.J. Hawk. Number 9, Ted Ginn Jr. Number 10, James Laurinaitis. Number 11, Troy Smith. Number 12, Braxton Miller. Miller was pretty good, actually. Joey Galloway, number 13. I think Galloway deserves more love. You know what, actually? Like, look at the kid Marcus Lattimore on Ohio State, from Ohio State on the Saints. He's pretty good. Malcolm Jenkins, number 14. Antoine Winfield, pretty good player with the Buffalo Bills, number 15. Carlos Hyde, we didn't bring him up. Carlos Hyde, number 16. Terrell Pryor, number 17. Sean Springs, 18. Cameron Hayward, 19. Oh, Paul Warfield. Now we're going old school, 20. Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is a good football player. Keith Byers, old school running back. Terry Glenn, may he rest in peace. Chris Gamble, very good quarterback. Andy Katzenmoyer, linebacker. Remember David Boston, number 26. Howard Cassidy, number 27. Mike Doss, number 28. Morris Claret, number 29. Number 30, Tom Cousineau. Tom Cousineau, linebacker, man. He played for the Montreal Alouettes, actually. Or the Montreal Concord, which Vince Ferragamo. Jim Marshall, 31. He was a hell of a player in the old days. Dan Wilkinson. Pepper Johnson, number 34. Will Smith, New Orleans Saints, Will Smith. I remember Beanie Wells. Yeah, he was good. Art Schlichter, number 45. Of course, Art Schlichter, the gambling man. Alonzo Spellman. Ahmad Plummer. Ricky Dudley, tight end. USC, a USC Trojan quarterback has never, ever won a Super Bowl. So everyone like thinking, oh, you got to get on Sam Darnold to win a Super Bowl. A USC Trojan quarterback has never won a Super Bowl. I never said Hoyer. Hoying. Hoying's not on the list here, but or if he is, he's at the bottom, you know. I think, yeah, here he is. Bobby Hoying, number 56. Bobby Hoying. Played for the Eagles. Bobby Hoying, not Bobby Hoyer. I've confused the two of them before myself in the past. Hoying and Hoyer. Hoyer is the Ohio State guy. He was there after Kirk Cousins. Or Kirk Cousins after him, whatever. Ahmad Plummer, he was a good cornerback. There's the best Alabama players of all time. Who's the best Alabama player of all time? Got to go what? Joe Namath? What do you think? Who do you think it's going to be? Joe Namath, number one? Here's a question for me. The last SEC quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Oh, fuck. Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning. There's Peyton Manning. Yeah, so who's the greatest? Who do you think the greatest Alabama player is going to be? I'm going to say Joe Namath. And I'll say number two, Ken Stabler. Oh, wow, they're going modern here. Yeah, like I said, this is on Ranker. Fuck, I think a lot of millennials and younger people vote on this shit. They're saying the best Alabama player in the history of Alabama is Julio Jones. Julio's good, but I don't know. I wouldn't make him the greatest Alabama player of all time. Derek Thomas. That's the thing. And what's the list? Is this the list of the best college career or the overall sort of football career, right? I mean, Julio Jones is right there, but I don't know. Should Julio be ahead of Ken Stabler? Fuck. Julio Jones, number one. Derek Thomas, number two. May rest in peace. Joe Namath, number three. Amari Cooper, number four. Come on, man. Sean Alexander, number five. Ozzie Newsome, number six. And then Ken Stabler, number seven. Derrick Henry, number eight. Mark Ingram, nine. Dante Hightower. Come on. Who makes this list? Like, come on, man. This fucking list is a joke. Fuck. Like, what are they just naming every player that's played in the last 5 years? Come on, look. Bart Starr is number 11. Bart fucking Starr. You're telling me Dante Hightower and Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry are ahead of Bart Starr? You're telling me that Amari Cooper is ranked ahead of Bart fucking Starr? Come on, man. It's a fucking stupid list. Cornelius Bennett. He was a great player. Fuck. Buffalo Bill. I got to stop looking. I can't take this list seriously. And Bart Starr is ranked number 11. Like I said, the greatest Alabama players are fucking Ken Stabler, Joe Namath, all right? Then we'll get into like Bart Starr, which was before my time, but come on. Dante Hightower and Mark Ingram, better than Bart Starr. John Hanna, number 13. He's a hell of a player. New England Patriot. Eddie Lacy, 14. C.J. Mosley, 16. A little high. Marcel Darius, 17. Trent Richardson, 18. A.J. McCarron, 19. Come on. I don't think A.J. McCarron won anything. Fuck. The list sort of drops off, though. It's not as deep and as impressive from an NFL standpoint as Ohio State. Alabama, like, are great college players, but they haven't really produced a million great NFL guys. Like, remember, like, when we just read the Ohio State list, it kept going and going and going and going. You're like, holy fuck, there's a lot of guys. Like here, like, it sort of runs out of steam around 20. Julio Jones 1, Derek Thomas 2. I don't agree with that. Joe Namath 3, Amari Cooper 4, Sean Alexander. Sean Alexander's a very underrated player. Sean Alexander put up monster numbers in the NFL for a long time, too. He was a hell of a player. Ozzie Newsome, great tight end, of course, Cleveland Browns. Ken Stabler. I believe the Snake won a championship and a Super Bowl. Or did he not win a championship, or he lost? He lost one game. Or Derrick Henry. Mark Ingram, number 9. Dante Howard, number 10. Bart Starr, number 11. Cornelius Bennett, 12. John Hanna, he's an NFL Hall of Famer. Eddie Lacy, 14. Don Hudson, 15. We're going way back into the black and white early days. 16, C.J. Mosley. 17, Marcel Darius. 18, Trent Richardson. 19, A.J. McCarron. Any list has A.J. McCarron, you know, like, to me, this is where it runs out of steam. Like, once A.J. McCarron's there, Rolando McClain, 20. Courtney Upshaw, 22. D'Amico Ryans, he was good. Dre Kirkpatrick, 25. Bobby Humphrey. And then it's a big drop-off. Chris Samuels, DJ Fluker. And where's Chris Carter on this list? I didn't realize Marty Lyons went there. I guess I did know that. Oh, where's Chris Carter's on Ohio State? What am I saying? It's funny, though, because Alabama is one of the most storied programs in college football history. But like I said, their list sort of, you know, runs out of steam around 20. Here's the Michigan Wolverines. This one's interesting, too, because what do you say about Michigan? I mean, Tom Brady never won a national championship with Michigan, but is he the greatest Michigan Wolverine ever? It's hard to say he's not if he's the greatest quarterback ever. Michigan's list will be pretty loaded. Like, you'll see Michigan will get into like the 40s and shit with NFL names. Bulldogs, Herschel Walker. All right, we'll do the Bulldogs in a minute. Hey, how about you buy a TV, asshole? Yeah, the greatest Michigan Wolverine of all time, I'll say, is Charles Woodson. Yeah, Shy Picks remembers the old days. Like, Michigan has spit out a lot of NFL guys over the years. I'm going to say Charles Woodson's number 1. Charles Woodson won the Heisman as a defensive player. It's hard to take that away from him. Anthony Carter is going to be right up there. I'll say Charles Woodson, Desmond fucking Howard, number 2. Anthony Carter, number 3. Tom Brady, 4. Dan Deerdorf will be top 10. Remember Jimbo Elliott on the fucking New York Giants, man. He's like a big-time Pro Bowl offensive lineman. No, that's a little light, Jason. Tom Brady wasn't just okay at Michigan. The year that Tom Brady started, Michigan were 10-2. They won the Orange Bowl. And Tom Brady was the MVP. They beat Alabama in the Orange Bowl. That's better than okay. The only thing is, yeah, the Michigan Notre Dame, that was great, Robert. The only thing is with Tom Brady was at Michigan was he was never appreciated at Michigan. Tom Brady was the backup to Brian Griese, okay? So, and Michigan won the national championship with Brian Griese as the starter and Brady as the backup. Now, Brady was like the kid, whatever, and like he was behind Griese on the depth chart. Brady played a bit, but it was Griese's team. They won the national championship. Griese goes to the NFL, to the Broncos. Brady takes over. And Michigan goes 10-2 with Tom Brady as the starter. Except Michigan recruited this hotshot kid named Drew Henson. And Drew Henson was basically labeled the next fucking god type shit. Like, I can't recall a quarterback ever with as much hype as Drew Henson. Like, way more than Sam Darnold. Like, Drew Henson. Like, people were like, no, there's, you know, it was like legendary status. People are like 2 words, Drew Henson. They were like, have you heard of Drew Henson? Man, people were like, Drew Henson, like, is going to revolution. Like, people were saying it's sort of like Darnold. People were like, before Drew Henson even threw a college pass, they were like, he's the #1 pick in the NFL draft. And people were like, how can you say that? You've never even seen him play a game. They're like, we've seen him in camp. We've seen him in high school. He's the #1 quarterback in the NFL draft. So he was on the team, and everybody was sort of itchy to see him, and Brady was there. So it was sort of like, hey, thanks, Tom, but hey, let's get Henson in here now. Tom Brady still resents it. I asked Tom Brady's father. I had Brady's father on my show, and I asked him about that. I said, I remember Michigan. Everybody wanted Drew Henson to start over Tom. And he said, yeah, where's Drew Henson now? So like the Bradys are vindictive, right? So Drew Henson comes in for Michigan, is fucking good. All right. Michigan lost the game with him and shit, but you could tell. It was like, holy fuck. Like, yeah, this guy, he was a big 6'4" kid, had a cannon, high football IQ. Like, he really was the dream quarterback. Like I said, I can't recall off the top of my head any quarterback as hyped as him since maybe John Elway. Like, John Elway was fucking hyped at Stanford. So Drew Henson was so good, and there was so much hype around him and shit. That one night, George Steinbrenner calls him, New York Yankee owner. Steinbrenner says to him, hey, kid, listen, I know you're playing college football, but, you know, and Henson wasn't dominating in college football, but he was good. Like, with Henson, we went 9-3. We were better with Brady. Brady's a winner, right? So Henson was like 9-3 or something. He got hurt. Like, it wasn't like a dream season for him, but he was good. And everybody still said, though, Drew Henson's the #1 pick in the draft. So it was basically, he's played 1 year at Michigan, and then it was like, all right, he'll play another year. And even me as a Michigan fan, we're like, all right, we're going to win a championship next year with Henson. He's got a year under his belt. We won a championship 2 years ago. We'll get back in the winner's circle with Henson now. So Henson was supposed to play for us for the 2nd year, and he was projected for real. Like, Mel Kiper and all these assholes were like, he's the #1 pick in the NFL draft, bar none. Best quarterback to come into the league since John Elway. And they were saying all this shit. And he shocked everyone, man. He fucking showed up one day and he goes, listen, I just signed a contract with the New York Yankees because he was a fucking good baseball player. So George Steinbrenner gave him $5 million at the time. I think it was $7 million at the time, which we're talking 20 years ago. So $7 million 20 years ago, I guess let's call it 15 now. Pretty good money. But the thing is, the kid would have been the number one pick in the fucking NFL draft. I think he thought he could do both. You know, remember in those days, Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson, there were a lot of dual sports athletes at the time. So I think he thought he could be a dual sport athlete or something. So he took the money, but he lost his fucking eligibility. You know, like he couldn't take the money and do it at the same time. You can't like be both. Fuck. So he fucking took the money, man, and he fucked us over. Like we fucking put so much stock into Drew Henson and shit, and then he left like he was gone. He fucking fucked us. And like then Brady's sort of laughing after. Brady's like, oh, you guys sort of pushed me out the door for this guy. Hey, how'd that work out? So Henson fucked over Michigan and signed with the Columbus Clippers, fuck, the Yankee farm team. And Henson couldn't hit a fastball. He was a third baseman. He couldn't hit. You know, George Steinbrenner swung for the fences with the kid, gave him all the money and shit. He played minor league baseball for like 2 years. He was like a 214 hitter, 230 hitter. They realized, like they told him, they said, listen, you're never going to be a big league baseball player. Like they actually told him point blank, the Yankees. They said, you got talent, but you're never going to be in our system type shit. So he had the money already, though. So he had the $7 million, and he got released by the Yankees, and he went into the supplemental draft in the NFL draft. I think he got taken in like the third or fourth round or something, and then he was average in the NFL. He fucked it up, man. He would have been the end of one. You know, all you have to do is go back to Michigan, be broke for another fucking year. You would have been a number one pick in the NFL draft, dude, and you probably would have been good. He was a great quarterback. But he went to play baseball. He was sucked at baseball. It fucked with his confidence. And then he came back to the NFL, and he was with the Houston Texans. And I tell you, he sort of looked like the Texan quarterbacks now. He sort of was good sometimes, then he wasn't. And it was like, this isn't working. All right, so let's look at the list right now. And yes, oh man, good to see you, buddy. Happy New Year. You are correct. Tom Brady was drafted by the Montreal Expos. Come on, USC. Fuck, I need some fucking points, man. All right, so let's look quickly at the list here. Michigan, number 1. Fuck, well, I'm good. Charles Woodson. Number 2, I'm good. Desmond Howard, called it. Number 3, Tom Brady. Number 10 at Michigan he wore. Number 4, Ty Law. Yeah, hell of a player. Tuck Rule. It's funny, Ty Law was the one that hit Brady, his teammate, in that Raider game. Jake Long, hell of a player. Jabril Peppers, a little high. Anthony Carter, number 7, a little low. Jim Harbaugh, number 8, way too high. Braylon Edwards, number 9, too high. Tyron Wheatley, number 10, too low. Tyrone Wheatley's like top 6 or 7. Wheatley was a fucking beast in college. Tom Harmon, way too low. Tom Harmon won a national championship, for fuck's sakes, in 1949. Come on, man. Lamar Woodley, number 12. Denard Robinson, 13. Denard was fucking good. He just got fucked around with the coaches and shit. Steve Hutchinson, real good. Fuck. Number 14. Dan Deerdorf, Hall of Famer, number 15. Mike Hart, running back, 16, too high. Leon Hall, number 17, too high. 18, Brian Greasy. How the fuck is Greasy ranked below Jim Harbaugh? Greasy won a national championship. Harbaugh's claim to fame is fucking Bo Schembechler yelled at him a lot. Biaka Bakutu, my boy from Montreal. He's from Montreal. Running back. He was good. Amani Toomer, number 20. But this is where, like, Michigan starts rattling off. Like, you'll be like, oh, fuck, they have a lot of NFL guys. Like Mario Manningham. Mario Manningham caught that pass in the Super Bowl from Eli Manning in the second game against the Patriots down the sidelines. Anthony Thomas, running back. A lot of Michigan running backs were great college running backs, but not good NFL running backs. You'll notice Michigan have a lot of good wide receivers in the NFL. Jordan Lewis, now he's a young kid on the Cowboys now. Chad Henne. Chad Henne was a very good college quarterback. Brandon Graham, defensive end, very good. Rick Leach. Rick Leach was a good college quarterback. Benny Osterman, yeah, we're going back a ways. Jason Avant, number 28. Chris Perry, number 29, good back. David Terrell, safety, number 30. President Gerald Ford, linebacker. Yeah, Gerald Ford, President Ford, the Michigan Wolverine. Put it here, Mr. President. Do you like nachos, Homer? Do you like beer? Well, we'll go over to my place and we'll eat nachos, we'll drink beer, and we'll watch some football. Sure thing, Mr. President. Marlon Jackson, number 33. Butch Woolfolk, number 34. Elvis Gerbach, 35. John Elliott, Jimbo Elliott, number 36. Come on, man. Jimbo Elliott was a great player. Critch Hutchinson, great player. Jeremy Gallen, good player. Mercury Hayes, wicked college player. Benny Friedman, great college player. John Navarre, decent college player. Jared Irons, wicked linebacker in college. Jordan Kovacs. Sean Crable. Not quite as deep as I hope, though. And Jamie Morris. Tyrone Wheatley was number 10. Gerald Ford, 33. Yeah, Sam Darnold's like, oh, I don't want to play for the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, don't worry, buddy. At this rate, you ain't going to the Cleveland Browns. But Sam Darnold's going to be a bust in the NFL. I've said it before. I'm not just saying it because of tonight. Listen, I bet on them tonight. I'm an idiot. What other? Georgia Bulldogs. We'll do this for our boy Kyle Hamburg. Georgia Bulldogs is going to got to be number 1, Herschel Walker. Number 1's got to be Herschel Walker. Georgia Bulldogs. Matt Stafford will be top 5. AJ Green. All right. Number 1, Herschel Walker. Georgia have a lot of NFL beasts. Number 1, Herschel Walker. Number 2, Champ Bailey. Number 3, Todd Gurley. Number 4, AJ Green. Number 5, Hines Ward. Number 6, Matthew Stafford. Number 7, Fran Tarkenton. I didn't know Fran Tarkenton was a Georgia Bulldog. David Pollock. We know he's not in the top 10 fucking all-time fucking announcers, that's for sure. Thomas Davis, dirty player with the Panthers. Terrell Davis, little low, 11. Justin Houston, 12. Garrison Hurst, 13. He was a good running back. David Green, quarterback, 14. Richard Seymour, 15. Boss Bailey, 16. See, this is where they drop. You look at Georgia, and Georgia is like really top heavy. Like those first 5, 6 names are all studs, and then there's a drop off. You know, Herschel Walker, epic. Champ Bailey, one of the best DBs ever played a game. Todd Gurley's a fucking monster, best player in the NFL right now. AJ Green's a fucking stud wide receiver. Hines Ward, multiple Super Bowl champion. Matthew Stafford's made about fucking $250 million. Fran Tarkenton went on to host. That's incredible. Hi, I'm Fran Tarkenton. Welcome. That's incredible. David Pollock. Thomas Davis still playing in the league. Terrell Davis, 2-time Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer. Justin Houston, good player. Garrison Hurst, good player. And then there's a drop-off. But that top 10, top 11 for George is very impressive. Fourth down, fucking USC is just doing jack shit, man. Ugh, fuck. I'm on the fucking Trojans. I'm on the over, and I got the Trojans here, 10.5 in the second half, and I got nothing. At this pace, the game's going to go under. Ohio State's going to cover. You know what's crazy, though? The number actually went up to 9.5, and I bought a half point. I'm actually 1 touchdown away from covering the number in this game. How's that not pass interference? I'm just seeing this. How is that not pass interference? He tackled his arm. That's fucking bullshit, man. You guys see that shit? How the fuck's that not pass interference? That's in the fucking end zone, man. That's fucking bullshit. Yeah, I just saw it for the first time. He fucking grabbed his arm, man. He grabbed the guy's arm. How obvious was it? He's talking about the stupid list. Yeah, Notre Dame will probably have the most impressive list. Then you got Joe Montana. That's fucking garbage, man. That should have been a fucking penalty. You know, it's 30-27 Washington State right now. Washington, USC. We're on the over 157. It's exactly what the end game is. I actually wanted to take Washington plus the 10. I didn't, though. I just took the over. Boom. But we did put $300 on the Clippers. Clippers are up 43-27. We went light on the Warriors. Warriors are only up by 2, but Warriors can always flick that switch, you know? What am I doing for New Year's? I don't know. We'll see how the show goes tomorrow night and how I'm feeling. Yeah, man, Notre Dame's going to have like Paul Hornung and all kinds of crazy shit. Joe Montana, Tim Brown, Jerome Bettis, Paul Hornung, Joe Theismann, Alan Page, Rocket Ismail, Tyler Eifert, Ricky Waters, a little high for Eifert, Golden Tate, Dave Casper. Fuck, Casper was a great tight end. A lot of good tight ends come out of Michigan. Notre Dame. Wasn't Mark Bavaro a Notre Dame guy? Remember Mark Bavaro, the old New York Giant? Penn State's going to fuck up. Hey, look, Jeff Samardzija was a football player that was smart to play baseball. Samardzija would have been like a third or fourth round pick in the NFL as a wide receiver. Instead, he's a fucking 100 millionaire in baseball. All right, what down is it right now for you guys? Like, how behind am I here on this stream? Like, right now for me, it's third down, 3:33 left. What Gates out of Michigan? Antonio Gates, not from Michigan. Well, you guys are second and 13. So, yeah, you're a couple of plays ahead of me. See, I'm on 3rd and 4 right now. They obviously get the first down, right? Oh, there's the flag. Bullshit. So what? They call no flag on when we get flagged, but they call that. Yeah, these refs really are on Ohio State's side. Let me get back on Bosscast. I don't like being a minute behind you guys. I hope it works now. That was more of a borderline call than what we just got jobbed for. They blatantly grab our arm. That wasn't even bad. I don't even see how that was pass interference. This, but he dropped the ball. It was good defense. It's a bang bang play. All right, so now I'm caught up here. So what, the punting? All right, USC, this is fucking it, guys. This is it, motherfuckers. You got to get a big punt return here. Get something going, man. Make it 24-14. You can have a football game on your hands. Good bounce. Bounce went about as good as it could have went for us. What Gates are you talking about? Antonio Gates? Yeah, Antonio Gates. Antonio Gates was a basketball player on Kent State, the Golden Flashes. Yeah, he was a basketball. He didn't play for Michigan. He was a basketball player on Kent State and a football player, but a basketball player. The greatest Canadian NFL player, Jesse Palmer. No, I'm kidding. Probably fucking Tim Biakabakutu. Yeah, who's the other guy on Seattle? The McGill guy, long snapper. No, Doug Flutie's not Canadian. People just think he is. Yeah, Mike Vanderjack. I said Bianca Makutu was pretty good. John Ryan, Orlando Franklin, Super Bowl champion. Nate Burleson. Nate Burleson's Canadian. John Ryan was a good player, actually. Yeah. Oh, he's the punter. I'm thinking of a fucking other Ryan. He's the punter. Luke Wilson. Seattle have a bunch of Canadians. Luke Wilson, backup tight end. He's all right. Nate Burleson was a pretty good wide receiver. Orlando Franklin. He won a Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos, offensive lineman. Yeah, who's the Saints running back, actually? Wasn't he Canadian? Here's the stream, guys. Is it that hard for people to punch in the internet? NBA stream? There it is, bosscast.net. What was the Canadian's name? It was Ruben Mays, right? He was the running back. Yeah, it was Ruben Mays. He's the Canadian running back on the Saints. I'm telling you, man, Lamar Jackson's better than Sam Darnold is. Come on. Come on, USC. Like, no sense of urgency. Eh? Like, you're down 17, just going slow. Darnold's changing the play, taking forever. Great shit, Darnold. You took fucking the entire play clock to call that play, and you lost 3 yards on the run. Like, I don't understand. You're down by 17. How about you hurry the fuck up, kid? And like, why are you running the ball up the middle with 30 seconds left when you're down by 17? Just fucking throw it. Look at this. He does it again. He changes the play again. You don't even get the fucking playoff? This is pathetic. Fuck. That's embarrassing, man. Like, you guys are aware you're losing by 17, right? No, let's just, we'll start in the next quarter. What the fuck is they? What are they doing? You have 30 seconds left. You're down 17. And then, like I said, the play before, he just wasted everyone's time to call an audible to hand the ball off to a running back that got lost, stuffed by fucking 3 players. You see this shit, Shy Picks? He's down 17. He's talking to guys. He's changing plays. And then he runs the ball. Hey, fuckhead, if you're going to change a play at the line of scrimmage, you better do it to throw a bomb. You're losing by 17 points, asshole. Me too, Lopes. I don't know. Maybe Helton wasn't getting the plays in, but I mean, you saw Darnold look over to the sideline once kind of weirdly, but like, it's fucking Bush League, guys. Like, really? You're the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. You just took a minute and 30 seconds to pick up 2 yards and wasted the fucking end of the quarter. You throw a couple of bullet passes here. Right now, you're going into the quarter on Ohio State's 22-yard line. Watch now. They're going to come out lethargic. He's going to change the play again. Stop changing the play. I got to blaze a quick one here. Fuck. I'm still pissed about that fucking penalty. That was fucking bullshit. Well, there's no way in hell I'm going to win that over 10.5 bet. All right, Darnold, you realize that, you know, he's doing it again. Wow. Every play. He's changing the play every play. Let's see what you got up your sleeve here. He's out of bounds. The kid is saying that he caught it. What are the refs saying? Make up your mind. What's the call, ref? That's a catch. Oh, fuck. Of course they couldn't get it off in time. Reviews are killing football, man. Just make the play on the field. Let's go. Fucking college. You know, NFL refs are stupid and they review it and they don't get it right. And college just overdoes it. It's like, ref, you made the right call, dude. You were there. You got it right. It's a catch. You know, Ohio State's not going to say shit. The kid knew that his foot was in. Look, the ref was right there. And you could tell when the two refs were standing there, you said the kid heard them and he said, yeah. So the refs must have said, yeah, his foot was in. I mean, we talked about it last night, the Buffalo Bill game. All the refs on the field said, no, there should be a touchdown. And they didn't even make the call. The headquarters did. Look, don't get into this bullshit about did he have possession or not. Fuck. That's a catch. Look, there's the ball. There's his foot. That's a catch. Let's just play football. Let's stop reviewing and holding everybody's hands every 2 seconds. See how funny that is, skeleton?
And the ruling on the field standing.
Who's saying no catch? You guys crazy? It's a catch. Finally, they owe USC a call. Yeah, punch it in here, Darnold. I like the audible that time. You got to get aggressive and hurry up. Let's go. I'd be very careful about throwing it over the middle of the field. Fuck, we see this all the time. These quarterbacks get sloppy around the end zone. They throw in the middle of the field. It gets tipped and gets picked. Be careful. I don't like that play call at all. When does that play call work for you? I'll be back in a second. What are you doing?
On the great sheet, that's called NCAAB. That's a no chance. Whether it's Jalen Holmes or Bosa or Hubbard or any number of these guys, that is just a dead play against a group. Just can't afford many of those.
Yeah, college is 1 foot. One foot in college, guys.
Darnold Floating one for Burnett.
Oh,
Complete.
he had him.
Step. Darnold just
He was
a
open.
little too much air under the football. Now it's 3rd down and 10.
What a route here from Burnett, and you can see Darnold right there. This is a little double move. This is a little spin move here. Well, spin cycle, getting exactly what you want. Sometimes as a QB, those are hard. You're trying to anticipate and throw it. Everything condenses. You just got to get air on it. And you just got to give your receiver room. Beautiful route. It's again, unfortunately, a lack of execution. That's a touchdown.
Darnold over the middle. That's going to be well short of the 1st down. Tyler Vaughn.
Ah, fuck. They're going to kick a field goal.
Makes it 4th down and 4. And without hesitation, Clay Helton is going to try and make it a 2-possession game. Sending the field goal group out.
Give me a minute.
That's right.
Fuck, man.
This is a have to. Just like getting that 2nd down touchdown pass. Getting what you wanted. Getting your matchup on a safety. And a beautiful route there by Burnett. Just couldn't finish.
28-yarder. The true freshman, Chase McGrath. Hits the upright. Back in play. And the ball is dead when it hits the upright. So Okuda tried to take the Karen the other way. But with 2 minutes gone by in the 4th quarter, that is a backbreaker for USC. Coming away empty in the red zone, no points. And it's still a 3-score game.
And Dalton's reaction says it all.
For those who know what they're really building, always unstoppable.
If you want a job that's different,
Gives you the opportunity to innovate and be creative.
you're teaching.
We need passionate teachers and educated children to make a big impact in this world.
There's no way to know how much of a difference you can make until you're teaching.
If for a single moment you feel like you could inspire a child to impact the world around them, consider being a teacher.
We are back with tonight's Capital One pivotal performance. Damon Webb, he's got a couple of takeaways tonight. He actually had a game-clinching interception to end the Big Ten championship game, and he set up the first 2 scores of the night for Ohio State. Fumble recovery on Deontay Burnett, pick 6 of Sam Darnold. And it's still a 3-score lead after the missed field goal for Ohio State, starting now at their own 20-yard line.
And this tests the resolve of this defensive group, who has been really good in this second half. Really done all they can, possession after possession after possession. They've got to continue to dig deep.
Weber, the 26-yard line for 2. Dragged him down. It'll be second down at 4.
This is a pretty clear and telling statistic. They get it done in the other phases, special teams, defensive. Points on the board, they don't lose.
Play action. JT Barrett over the middle. Bobble catch made by Marcus Ball. And that is going to set the record for JT Barrett. Yet another record, as he has now passed Drew Brees for the total offense record in Big Ten history. Weber driven back after a gain of about 1.5 yards. Smith made the stop for USC.
JT does it between tackles. They've got staff those numbers, and there's no way you pass Drew Brees unless you're durable. You're available, as JT has been now for 4 years, largely fighting through injuries. So dangerous with over 3,100 rushing yards and that 12,000 plus total.
JT Barrett pulls it back and is dragged down in the flat. Jordan Iosefa with a really nice play, one-on-one against Barrett. Still picked up 3. That brings up third down right at midfield. Third and a long 6.
This has been blitz in disguise and getting JT uncomfortable in the second half. And you almost have felt here that Ohio State's not going to give the ball away. And why would you? As your defense has largely controlled this game, because you're not giving your opponent anything, and that really has been so much of the plan, it feels like, in this second half.
Four-man rush. Under pressure is Barrett. Avoids a sack and now gets tripped up. Uwosu didn't quit. And Barrett nearly escaped. That'll be fourth down, and that will get USC the football back.
And that will be another teaching take stunt. You just don't do it better than that. And you show all sorts of different pictures. You're moving personnel around, getting QB thinking, and then ultimately right guard and right tackle cannot pick up that stunt.
Number 92.
NFL loves him. Talking to NFL people, they love the versatility of Uwosu and his ability.
All right, here we go. So what, they missed the fucking field goal? What happened? Are you telling me they missed the fucking field goal? They missed the fucking field goal? Yeah, I'm in a hotel, Lopes. Unfucking believable. Holy motherfuck. Well, if they get the touchdown, we can get a push. If they would have gotten that field goal, what a Bush fucking, what a Bush League motherfucking team USC are, right? Washington will be the next one tomorrow to get fucking pasted by Penn State. Fucking bullshit. 62-48 for the Clippers. That's good. They're up by 14 at the half. Golden State and Charlotte, 53-53. We got one of those games where they just don't care, evidently. Hopefully they turn the switch up. Leafs are tied 3-3 up in overtime with Colorado. Yeah, UFC tomorrow, it's kind of a shitty card. Parlay the two favorites, Cyborg Santos and Habib, minus 140. That's a good safe parlay right there. It'll win. Habib's not fucking losing, and Cyborg's not losing. Between the two of them, the chick fights, crazy shit does seem to happen in the women fights a lot of upsets. But like I said, we talked about this last night. Holly Holm is fucking 5 years older. She's not aggressive. Maybe she can catch Cyborg, but Cyborg's the real deal. We talked about these fights at length last night. I would parlay the two favorites. I like Carlos Condit here, but the dude hasn't fought in a while, so you never really know what you're going to get from him. Miles Jury will beat Rick Glenn, but he's minus 220. It's a shitty card for a New Year's Eve card. It's supposed to be their big card and shit. It's pretty lame. There ain't no way in hell this fight's going 25 minutes. The John Lineker fight's off the card, or what's the other one? It's a crappy card, man. Like the UFC doesn't even care anymore. Like they just care about fleecing TV networks. Listen, the thing is, Ronda Rousey, I see here, Dana White says, Conor McGregor, George St. Pierre is not fighting Conor McGregor if he returns to the UFC. Yeah, of course not, fuck. He'd fucking destroy your fucking little fucking cash cow and Conor. I got the weigh-in photos here. Condit and Magny should go the distance. What's the total in the Condit and Magny fight? Yeah, you know what? Condit and Magny is minus 138, 2.5. I'd go over there. That's a good play. Neil Magny's a rangy dude. Carlos Condit's first fight back, he's not going to do anything stupid out of the gate. We all know that Condit's impossible to fucking finish. And Neil Magny's a very smart fighter. Like, Magny's got a good fight IQ. He keeps his distance. He's an awkward guy to fight against. I like this play. I like this play better than the Condit minus 170, just because Condit hasn't fought in 2 years. You never really know what you're going to get from a guy when he hasn't fought. Listen, GSP didn't fight in a long time, and he looked pretty good, but GSP is GSP. I think the over 2.5 in Condit and Magny is the way to go there. Over 2.5. Yeah, Damian Maia, though, fucking Neil Magny's not some. Yeah, Damian Maia can submit fucking anyone, Andy. Look. So, yeah, he got choked out by Damian Maia 2 years ago. Before that, he went 5 bloody rounds with Robbie Lawler. He lost to Tyron Woodley because he broke his leg. Before that, he lost to Johnny Hendricks, unanimous decision. He lost to George St. Pierre, 5 rounds, decision. Martin Kampman, he lost, decision. He got choked out in 2006. So since 2006, he's been stopped fucking once, not including the Woodley fight in which, like I said, he broke his leg in the octagon. So, yeah, I'll give you that, Andy. He did get choked out by Damian Maia. But Magny ain't choking him out. Damian Maia is like the best submission guy in the UFC. Magny's not choking him out. And Magny, when's Magny knocked anyone out? So you have the 2 exceptions. Damian Maia choked him out. And Tyron Woodley kicked him in his leg, and his leg fucking snapped. USC Trojans, once again in the red zone. Big deal. They were just down here. USC, back to pass. Darnold, under pressure. Fumbles it.
Is it another USC giveaway? Robert Lane,
of course.
He's got the fumble recovery. Jalen Holmes with the rush up.
I thought his arm was going forward, but I knew they'd fuck it up.
Continues for the USC quarterback. What a play by Holmes.
Who was it that said USC's about to score? Kyle. See the replay. When I was seeing it live, I thought his hand was moving forward. So this is 2 times in the last 3 minutes of game time that they've been inside the fucking 20 and got nothing. 4 turnovers now. Good guy. You know, I bet the over 10.5 should have been in second half here. And look, USC are doing jack shit. Ohio State just keep running the ball and giving the ball back to you fucking idiots. Right now it should be 24-17. Like, if you were a real football team, you would have made the field goal. You would have scored a touchdown here, and it's 24-17 right now. Instead, you're a bunch of fucking flake-ass fucking kids that are over-fucking rated. You're being fucking exposed. This is the thing with these bowl games. You know, you want to play in a big bowl game. Well, you could get exposed. All I can say is I fucking hope my Buffalo Bills don't fucking take this kid. Yeah, his draft stock's taking a hit right now, but if he looks good at the combine, people will forget about this shit. Yeah, at least they canceled that fucking train wreck. The USC get exposed every year in these fucking bowl games. And here's another. All right, 4th down, and now Ohio State's going to kick the ball. USC will throw a couple of plays. They'll get down to the 17-yard line, and they'll fumble again. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Like I said, it should be 24-17 right now. You know what it looks like, too? It reminds you know what this game looks like? This is like the Washington-Alabama game in the playoffs a couple of years ago, or last year. If you remember, it was the same thing. Alabama, it was the same score, actually, 24-7. Alabama scored 24 points. They never really, they moved the ball a few times, but Washington's defense held their own. And Washington's offense, Browning, was overwhelmed by Alabama. And the offense was terrible. We're seeing the same thing here. The Pac-12 defensive guys seem to be able to hang with the SEC and then the Big Ten. But the offense is just terrible. I should have just ridden my boys in the Big Ten here. Fuck. Yeah, they do anything in that fucking Japanese risen shit. But this was too much, man. They had her fighting a 53-year-old woman. She missed weight by 27 pounds. Yeah, let's look at so today today the Pac-12, NC State beat the Pac-12 52-31 today. USC is about to lose 24-7. Washington State lost by 25, 42-17. Stanford lost 39-37. Arizona lost 38-35 to Purdue. Utah beat West Virginia. UCLA got fucking killed by Kansas State. Now, there were a couple of quarterbacks out, but I don't really think it would have made a difference. Oh, yeah, Oregon Ducks got fucking beaten by a Mountain West team. Great showing. Great showing by the Pac-12. And then the Pac-12 bitches that they're never in the conversation for the playoffs. So, all right, Oregon, 0-1. And 0-1 against the spread. UCLA, 0-2 straight up, 0-2 against the spread, Pac-12. Arizona, Purdue, 0-3 straight up, 0-3 against the spread. West Virginia wins, okay, 1-3. Stanford loses, 1-4. Washington State loses 1-6, 1-5. Arizona State loses 1-6. USC loses 1-7. So they're 1-7 and they've covered twice. They're running out of teams. They don't have anyone really playing anymore besides Washington tomorrow. So yeah, the Pac-12, the mighty Pac-12 is 1-7 straight up in these bowl games so far. One and 7 straight up, guys. And the thing is, like, look, they've been beaten by like every conference. You know what I mean? Like, look, the Mountain West beat up on the Ducks. Fuck. Boise State's from the Mountain West, a shitty conference. They beat them up. Fuck. Big 12. You know, yeah, Rosen wasn't there, but whatever. K-State are an average team. K-State, like, beat them easily. So Big 12 beat them. Mountain West beat them. Big 10 fucking is killing them. Big 12 beat them. Today they lost to the ACC by fucking 21 points. NC State crushed Arizona State. Meanwhile, how's the Big 10 doing? Big 10 wins and covers with Purdue as an underdog. Big 10 wins and covers as a favorite with Iowa. That's 2-0 straight up. Big 10 beats Washington State 3-0 straight up. Big 10 beats Kentucky today 4-0 straight up, but Kentucky did cover. So the Big 10 also, Big 10's had their problems in bowls too. But the Big 10's a better conference now than it has been. So look at the Big 10, 4-0 straight up. So this teaches us a lesson coming into tomorrow, though, guys. You know, we've got the 1-7 Pac-12 with Washington, and the 4-0 Big 10 with Penn State. Penn State minus 2.5. Yeah, we were sort of on the fence earlier, but not really. I mean, I like Penn State early. I'm not jumping, but I also like USC early. And the other game tomorrow is Wisconsin and Miami, Florida. I actually think Miami, Florida can hang around in this game. I don't think Wisconsin's offense is that great. I think Miami, with the month off now, will be recharged. Can you fucking losers like score another touchdown, USC? Like, really? That's all we're asking. Can you lose by 10 points? Is that asking too much? Like, fuck, you're useless. Like, why? Look at why does it take so long to get a playoff? Look at this. They've wasted 30 seconds. Look at, like, they snapped the ball with 5 seconds left on the clock. Like, they must have wasted probably about 5 to 7 minutes in this fourth quarter with this shit. It takes them like, look at this. Okay. Started at 40, no urgency, standing around, slowly puts his mouth fucking piece in, slow, stalling, 12 seconds on the play clock. And a kid on USC acts like a dick because he gets a first down. Like, you should be at the line of scrimmage night right now, bro. Hut the ball. Like, look, no, changing plays, changing players. Like, this is on Clay Helton, too. Like, this is a fucking amateur hour. Look at this shit. You're down by 17. You change players. Like, it literally takes them, like, 45 seconds. Like, they get 2 plays off a minute and 15 seconds type shit. Like, they should be able to do, like, 3-4 plays per 1 minute right now. Look at Darnold walking. No urgency. Just hanging out. Mouthpiece still not in. 20 seconds wasted. Like, really? This is big time football? It's fucking amateur hour. All right, same bullshit. You're at the 20. So here you go, Darnold. It's like watching Andy Dalton, fuck. All right, so what are you going to do now, bro? You're going to fumble it, or are you going to throw an interception in the end zone? Batted ball? How are you going to turn it over this time? Another 20 seconds. Sack. Great. God forbid you throw it away, kid. Yeah. Good luck, fucking, yeah, this kid. New York Giant fans want, oh, fuck Eli Manning, Sam Darnold. Yeah, all right. Good luck with that. Drew's disappointed. He was looking forward to Gabby Garcia fighting a 53-year-old woman. EJ Manuel's better, fuck. Now, listen, obviously Sam Darnold isn't just all this, you know, one game doesn't make the kid's life here in career. Well, that's because you're a loser, Sandwolf. We're on Cyborg. Go on, White. We're on Cyborg. As I just stated, and we've stated 58 times this week, even though I know you're just joining us, I'm on Cyborg and Khabib in a parlay. All right, hopefully we can I'll take a fucking push, man. I still lose on the total in the second half, but oh, that's great. The Golden State Warriors are down by 7. The Warriors are down by 7, and I'll tell you what, the Lakers going on a little bit of a run. They've cut the lead to 10. I think this Clipper-Warrior game is worth jumping in on the in-game total. It's 215.5 right now. The Lakers don't play defense. It's 214.5. I think it's worth a look. Yeah, we just grabbed the over 214.5 in game. Yeah, that's the thing with college teasers. I'm not a big one. College teasers are dangerous. All right, come on, USC. Oh, now there's a fight. What the hell's going on?
That draws another flag, and now you want to make sure that we do not have anything ugly break out.
Here's USC, Johnny Tough Guys now. Oh, now there's punches being thrown. Yeah, good stuff, USC. And Trojan's bench all fired up. Now it's going to take for fucking ever to sort this out.
Tonight that just could not do anything, especially offensively. And number two, this is protecting the quarterback. This shows you the love and the admiration.
So what happened? They cheap shotted Darnold. They cheap shotted Darnold. Hopefully, out of all that, they just put the ball on the 1 yard line. But I don't know. There was like 4 fucking penalties. The kids better be careful on USC because Urban Meyer's players tend to shoot people. Like Urban Meyer's players have been known to murder people. All right, so I'm just saying you might want to be a little bit careful here. Man, there was like 4 penalties at the end. I don't know. Panthers are going to beat the Falcons. Who do I have in the Final Four? I've got I'm taking Clemson and I'm taking Oklahoma. Sorry, Kyle. Sorry, Drew. It's not like I'm right anyways, fucking any of the time. Yeah, I like Clemson and I like Oklahoma in those games. I'm not really sure about the totals. We'll be on Monday night before the game. No, we won't be on Monday before the first one. I'll be on tomorrow, though, on the Fantasy Network, and I'll be doing a special little New Year's Eve special on Sunday night on Patreon. I mean, this is so stupid right now. There's only 2 minutes left. Like, they got a name, all right, because this guy could get kicked out or this guy's first personal of the game.
There are multiple fouls on the play. Personal foul, number 39 on the defense, a late hit out of bounds.
He's got a card, just so many names.
Unsportsmanlike conduct foul, number 28 on the offense. There's also Number 21, USC, came off the bench. He's disqualified for fighting. Number 21. All of those fouls offset. Third down. So that's Tyler Vaughn's that has.
Well, at least we didn't lose fucking 15 yards. I don't understand, though, how one team could have 30 yards in penalties and the other team has 15 and they offset. It makes no sense. Yeah, number 21 came in and he saw him take a shot. He didn't do shit. It was number 7 that threw the punch. Number 21 didn't even do anything. Fuck. He came in and pushed someone. What's up, big man? Now we're going to be wrapping up the show in a couple of minutes, Shy Picks. I know I can't go all night here tonight. All right, third and 6. Holy fuck, this shit just won't end. We got big man off for a couple of minutes right now, but I'm not going to like one or anything. I got to meet somebody. I've got to fucking write down all the lyrics for the songs. I got a TV show in the morning. I haven't eaten dinner. Fuck, I haven't eaten in like fucking 12 hours. Shit never fucking ends. Like we said, tomorrow we're going to hammer Washington. Washington's going to Penn State. Penn State's going to fuck Washington up. Louisville and Mississippi State, I don't really love it. Early in the morning, I don't really have a strong opinion on it. I don't trust Louisville laying this many points. Washington, Penn State, I love Penn State. Iowa State and Memphis, even though the game is in Memphis, I have a hard time laying the 4, but I think it'll be a track meet. Should be a high-scoring game, that game. But it's a shitty game. I don't like it. I think you got Wisconsin and Miami. I think the Hurricanes can hang around. Though I'm a little worried. Like we talked about it last night when you're betting on hope. Wisconsin are a better team, but fuck, the game's in Miami. They've had 3 weeks to get over their little heartbreak at the end of the year. They should be refreshed. I can't lay 6 with Wisconsin. It came down to 4, and it's back up to 6 right now. I think we got a live home dog there with the Miami Hurricanes. I don't really like the Louisville Mississippi State game or the Iowa State Memphis games. I lean with Iowa State plus the 4 in the over, but I don't really love it or anything. I do like Penn State a lot. We just talked about it. The Pac-12's won one fucking game. The Utah Utes. The only game they won. 4th and 8 now. It's like watching the Cleveland Browns, man. These guys move the ball down the field and they can't score. It's the 3rd time they're in the 20-yard line in the last 7 minutes.
To the sideline. Burnett. Is he short?
They're giving him a bad spot.
Trying to figure out where to spot the football. And he may have just barely come up short. He's based on our first down line, but now the officials say without measurement, it is first and goal.
He got it. He got pushed back after, but he got the first down. I like how they're in no rush still right now.
You know what I'm thinking? What happened in Iowa City? I'm serious. How did Iowa score 55 points? I mean, this is a USC team that's hot, right? You got an NFL running back, top 10 quarterback, top 10 pick in the draft in the NFL with Sam Darnold. Team that's going up and down the fields.
Oh, fuck. Watch them go for 2. Watch them go for 2 for some reason. They will, too. Yeah, we'll just go for 2 for the fun of it. Fuck over everyone that fucking bought a half a point. Like maybe if USC didn't take like 1 minute to run every play. I mean, I've never seen a team. No, I got no problem, big man. I can get you out right now, buddy. You want me to send you the link right now? I'll stay here till 12:30. We'll stay on for another couple of more minutes, but yeah, I can send you the link right now. But if you're beaten down too and whatever, it's all good. And he says, "All right, only hang on. We'll blast through the games for tomorrow." All right. There you go. I sent you the link. 3rd and goal now. They're not going to score, are they? 3rd and goal from the 18.
Darnold running for his life again. Heaves one, jump ball in the end zone. Broke it up. Handle Sheffield all over Michael Pittman.
Holy fuck, this is frustrating, man.
4th and goal. Back just inside the 20-yard line.
Like, it's amazing that like Ohio State is like doesn't even care. Is playing a prevent defense and just USC just can't score. Zero points by either team. USC has what, the football inside the fucking 24 times? Yeah, Barkley's playing tomorrow. Barkley's playing tomorrow.
Georgia, they put Oklahoma down to the wire. Absolutely. You can match up with any of those teams when you got a group in their front four like they've got.
More chance for Sam Darnold to try and throw one in the end zone.
Yeah, one more chance to break our fucking heart. This would be a miracle if they score a touchdown. Come on, Lord Gambler. What the fuck was that?
Darnold heaves it to nowhere. Turnover on downs. Urban Meyer's team.
He drops back the pass, not under pressure, and throws it to no one. Wow. Unfucking believable. Guy drops back, throws to nobody. Like, what did, hard not to, like, you don't want to criticize a kid for losing a football game. It's not all his fault because they lost, but that was pretty pathetic from Sam Darnold. Like, what did, turnovers, mismanagement, that last play. I mean, you guys take, for all that, you take all the fucking time, just sloppy bullshit. But I've said it a million times before, man. Clay Helton sucks. What can I tell you? We were concerned. We said Clay Helton, versus Urban Meyer is an epic mismatch. But really, You know, they turned the ball over, what, 4 times, and then really 5 on downs, maybe 7 times on downs, the missed field goal. USC spent the entire second half inside the 20-yard line, got nothing. Big man on campus steps up and in. That was like watching the Cleveland Browns, big man. That was fucking hard to watch.
I'll tell you what, man. Urban Meyer, he don't want nobody covering. He sent an all-out blitz there on the last play of the game.
You know, Urban got embarrassed last year in the bowl game against Clemson in the playoffs. And, you know, he didn't run the score up. But like you said, he knows about the boosters. Urban knows the drill. Like, you know, he knows what the point spread is.
Yeah, he didn't even care. I'll tell you what, Sam Darnold, he reminds me a lot of the situation that, if you remember, Hackenberg was in when he left Penn State. He had no offensive line. I think he's got talent, but he just never has any time to throw the ball. I mean, it's been a problem all year, that offensive line, and I think he would really benefit from another year, but I don't think he's going to take it.
Yeah, I can't. You know what? If I was him, I wouldn't wait another year. He's going to make money anyways. Time's to go now. But you raise a good point. He doesn't have an offensive line. He was running for his life. And a lot of the slowness tonight does come from, the Warriors, they're down 4 now. A lot of the slowness, big man, did come. You saw, like Clay Helton and the staff, they weren't getting the plays in. Like Darnold was looking and waiting, but the lack of sense of urgency all night from the Trojans. I mean,
they won't do it, but I would like to see a coaching change there. I don't think he's just too passive to me. I think he doesn't represent USC the way they are. It's just, I don't know. I don't like the hire there, but
he got hired because he was there, and you know. Pat Hayden, it's been a shit show with Pat Hayden as the athletic director. He's gone through so many coaches and issues and basketball, this and that. And I don't know how. I mean, the USC Trojans are one of the most storied franchise programs ever. I don't know why it's so hard to get a big-time coach or a good coach. But Clay Helton was just there, and the players wanted him, so they hired him. Same shit with the Ducks with Mario Cristobal. How'd that work out in the bowl game? You can't let these kids fucking name this shit. USC is one of the top 3-5 programs in all of college football, and Clay Helton has it. It's a joke.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to make a change there. I just think that you want kind of I would have went back to Lane Kiffin if I were them. I would have said, look, let's mend what we had here. Obviously, you've had some time to do your thing. You've proved yourself. Someone like that. You know, a young guy. I'm not saying Clay Helton's not young, but he just has that Mark Helfrich feel to him. I don't know why. He's better than Helfrich, but I don't know. I also said today with Donnie, and I know he won't do it, but I would like to see Josh Rosen in that Chip Kelly system, because Chip Kelly is not going to be able to run the system he used to run. I don't think he will. He's going to have to tone it down a little bit. A nice pocket passer in there that can run a little bit. I think Rosen, that'd be a nice team next year if he could keep. He won't do it, but.
Rosen's gone. Yeah, Rosen's not staying.
A lot of these kids will leave, but I don't know that's the best idea for Darnold for sure.
Well, it is if he wants to have $28 million.
But I think both of those, Rosen and him are in situations where they both come from decent, from what I understand, Rosen at least, from what I understand, family does have money. So
how do you know? How do we know that they're not going to regress and just get worse, big man?
That's the thing. And that's where, tonight with Darnold, I mean, this is a bad showing for him. I mean, at least Luke Falk last night, he didn't even play, so he can't be terrible. He saw the writing on the wall. Luke Falk knows that offensive line's not any good. I mean, he knows. And I'll be honest, Gabe, you'll be proud of me. I bet against Washington State the other night. I did. I thought it was a horrible spot. They 2 of their best receivers out.
Look, it's been money. It's been money, bro, betting against the Pac-12. I went over it earlier. 1-7 straight up. 2-6 against the spread in 8 bowl games. Now, this with USC losing. So they've played in 8 bowl games, dude. They've only covered twice, and they've won 1 game outright. The Utah Utes beat West Virginia with a backup quarterback. That's the Pac-12's 1 win. They've got 1 more bowl game left tomorrow, and that's Washington and Penn State.
And that's probably not going to end well. I mean,
hard not to like Penn State here.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that is keeping me off Penn State, and I'll be really honest, the only thing that I'm a little concerned with is Joe Moorhead left, their offensive coordinator, and will there be any regression there calling plays? Because he's a good offensive coordinator, very dynamic. Called a really good offense all year for that team. And Washington is a very good run defense. But other than that, I agree. It's hard to bet on the Pac-12. The only team that I really felt really comfortable with was Stanford. I mean, that was the only one that I really liked. But yeah, I don't know. There's some things I like about Washington, but I do like Penn State a little bit more. I'm just concerned about the offensive play calling.
Yeah, I know. And every team that's lost their coordinator or the coach has lost. That's been another trend. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet this now, though. Actually, I'm not gonna get scared off. I don't think Washington's any good.
I think the only team to cover that lost their coach was Texas A&M today, which that was just one of those
barely covered. Yeah, they lost by 3. They lost the game outright. Yeah, that's 4 now. That's 0-4. Heupel was the only coordinator that was lost. So,
and look how bad they played.
Yeah, but that's still, you're right. That's, but 3 head coaches gone, 1 coordinator gone, teams 0-4 straight up.
So you have one more tomorrow, or there probably is another one. I'm going to say.
I know these things, man. Coming in every year, man, it's the same shit with these guys,
Yeah, and you have
yourself in these bowl games with this stuff.
And I'm surprised that if I'm correct, you had Ohio State or you had USC. I'm surprised by that. I thought you would have been on Ohio State in this one.
I always bet against USC, but for some reason I got fucking suckered in by the point.
Here's where I didn't understand this game. So today I'm looking at this game and I see this game continuing to rise all day. Then I see a tweet come out from David Purdom that 70% of the bets are on USC. And I'm thinking, why is the line going up? This makes no sense. This just doesn't make sense. And I was assuming, I know you're not a big USC guy. I thought you would have been on them, but it's hard to pass points like that up in a game like this.
Yeah, I know. I'd be over too. I was disappointed it wasn't more points, but I had a decent day today. Plus units. I'm starting to get into the bowl a bit here, and boom, we just hit the over. I know you like the over in this game too. Washington USC goes over. It was 157.5. They just hit 158 with 2 minutes left.
Beautiful. Yeah, I had a pretty good day in college. I hit at UL Lafayette. I hit Iona over. I just hit Utah second half. They came back and won big. I mean, they didn't play well in the first half. They came out like wildfire in the second half.
How about the fact, big man, though, that the USC Trojans are about to lose outright as 10-point favorites?
USC's a weird team. I mean, the problem that I have with that game is both those teams are bipolar teams. I mean, Washington wins against Kansas, and then they lose to Montana. But USC's got problems. I mean, they have the court issues. And this is why I firmly believe, Gabe, Arizona State, I grabbed them at 100-1 to win the whole thing. They're down at some places to 8-1, 10-1. There's a lot of problems in that conference right now. Arizona's starting to look good, and they got a big game tomorrow against the Sun Devils. But the Pac-12 is a shit show. And both athletic sports are in bad ways right now, some of these teams.
It's a bad night for the USC program. And I look at the chat here, big man, and I see that Shy Pick says he got banned from Twitter for a week.
What a surprise. I wonder why.
That's not easy to do, to get banned from Twitter.
I've actually been banned, but I've been banned for 12 hours, not for weeks. Listen, Shy Picks, I think you need – again, I've told you about this. Just you got to cut it out with the politics, man. Listen, I know people don't like my politics, so I tend to not talk about them.
What did you do to get banned? Chance the Rapper Ghetto and said he was a disgrace to Chicago.
Well, he's not a disgrace. He's actually a really good rapper. I don't remember offhand. I know I'm banned from Periscope for life. I cannot get a Periscope account ever again.
What'd you do on Periscope? What'd you say?
I was I actually was broadcasting basically when I was coming up, like trying to get my name out, like when I became a handicapper, I would go on Periscope and host UFC fights. Like I'd buy the fight and I'd blast it out, and I was getting like 20,000 viewers at a point. And like they have to go through your Twitter to see it. So it's like I'm trying to get followers. So I would buy the fights and then I'd broadcast them on Periscope. And they hit me a couple times with the DMCA violations, and I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. I kept doing it, and then they ban your whole IP address, all your different IP addresses.
So you got the UFC asked you to stop, Twitter asked you to stop, you kept doing, so finally they just pulled you from Twitter.
Yeah, Periscope, they'll ban you for like 24 hours, and then if you have repeat violations, they'll just ban you completely.
Yeah, like Ty Rich has a good point. Chicago has bigger problems than Chance the Rapper.
I mean, I don't know what he did. I don't know what.
I don't even want to get into it. Like, exactly, that's not the exact. I just happen to see it. All right, big man. So, yeah, as you can see, my voice is shot. I've been singing heavy metal for 2 days. I'm in a hotel room. I haven't eaten. It's one of those nights tonight. But what do you like in the? We won't speak before the playoff games Monday.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on Monday night during the games, though. If you want to hang out, Malinsky to join for a bit. I'm going to speak to SPR because the Alabama game starts at 8:45.
Okay.
And normally my show starts at 10, but if no one's on live on New Year's Day, and I doubt anyone will be, I'll probably just start at 8:45.
Yeah, I think you'll be the only.
Yeah, so I'll sort of do a bet cast during that game. Malinsky's going to join us at the half and stuff, but big Alabama Clemson game at nighttime.
Yeah.
So what do you like in the Final Four, big man? Starting off first with Georgia and Oklahoma at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to throw one out for tomorrow. I actually really like Wisconsin in this spot. I know you were talking about it earlier.
Really? You're a big Miami guy all year. Now
I was a big Miami fan, but I think we got to come to the realization at this point that this team has some major problems personnel-wise. I mean, this quarterback all year, Rozier, struggled to move the football. I think his completion percentage is like 55%. Wisconsin is I'm in love with this program. I've been in love with Wisconsin athletics for many years. Just the way they play the game is just unbelievable. Best total defense in the country. I think Miami's going to have a lot of trouble moving the ball. I think this would be a lot like tonight's game. I think Wisconsin will just kind of lean on their run game. You know, they're not going to score 30, 40 points. I think it's like a 24-10 type of game. I mean, Gabe, how does Miami move the ball? I mean, they don't have much of a run game. Their tight ends out. Receivers are out. Amon Richards is out. I mean, they're not great defensively, Miami. I mean, I just think it's going to be a tough game. But as far as the early games here, Georgia, Oklahoma, I've made my piece about the Big 12. I think it's a shitty conference. But I do give Baker Mayfield some love. The kid's a great quarterback. Has Georgia seen a quarterback quite like this? No. It's a tough game. I don't really have a huge opinion on it. I do get the feeling Georgia's going to shut Mayfield down. I have some weird feeling about it. They're a great defense. They've done a great job all year. I wonder about Oklahoma's defense as well. That's the problem you're going to have with these Big 12 teams. At the end of the day, do you trust them defensively against a really good football team that can run the football, can do a lot of things? I'm going to lean Georgia here.
It's a tough game. I think, listen, you can make an argument for either team. You can't say, oh, that's all crazy opinion on either side. Oklahoma have been exposed in these situations in the past before, but Georgia haven't been there before. Georgia haven't been there before. And yeah, Georgia beat Auburn, but Georgia also got beat up by Auburn about a month ago. Georgia, a pretty one-dimensional offense. So, the way this game goes, 5 o'clock Eastern, the way it goes, man, who imposes their will, big man, right?
I'll tell you what, though.
Does Georgia run the ball down their throat and play really smash mouth defense and fucking get to Baker Mayfield? Or does Oklahoma come out and fucking put a quick 14 on the board and suddenly take Georgia's run game away from them? And Fromm's got to run around out there and make plays.
But Gabe, here's the problem that I've noticed. Usually when you get to these Final Four games, you get to these high-level football games, the common theme is always defense. I mean, you look at last year with Washington, and they were a prime example. They were a really good offense last year, and they had a good defense too, but I mean, Alabama just shut them down. I mean, and that's the concern I have here. Oklahoma is not good on defense. I don't have any reason to think that Georgia won't be able to move the ball. Fromm looked pretty good in that game against Auburn. He was impressive. I thought he was the player of the game for them. He put them in good positions. He didn't make mistakes. Defense is going to come to play for Georgia. The question is, do I trust Oklahoma to get stops? I don't. I don't trust
looking at Oklahoma's defense, all right, they played TCU in their last game. They held TCU to 17 points. The week before that, they played West Virginia. It was 59-31. It was a fucking rout. So you can't hold the 31 against them. They held the Kansas Jayhawks to 3. They played TCU twice. In November, they beat them. They held TCU to 20. All right, Oklahoma State was a track meet. They gave up 52 points. They held Texas Tech to 27. K-State scored 35. The Texas Longhorns scored 24. like by college football standards, big man, they're not getting torched every week or anything. Like,
right, but the concern that I have also though is Georgia is elite on defense. They're about they give up half the amount of points that Oklahoma does. And you're dealing with a run offense that's really good.
Yeah, but they play in a different style of conference too, right?
Yeah, I hear you. I think you're gonna. The line makes sense. I mean, because Oklahoma has the edge offensively, Georgia has the edge defensively. Coaching is a bit of a toss up. I mean, you have two young coaches. I like Kirby Smart. I like the way they play defense.
You're right. Two coaches never been here before. I mean, Kirby Smart might has been around longer, you could say, but neither coach. And I don't like the looks of this. Like I said, I've been busy all day, but for the third consecutive day, Baker Mayfield didn't participate in Oklahoma's non-football activities due to what is believed as an unknown sickness. Mayfield was once again not available to the media in Los Angeles.
This is concerning.
A team spokesman says he has no voice. He cannot talk. A little bit of problem. He can't talk. Another source says he just has a cold. It's nothing major, but he can't talk right now.
A cold, nothing major. He can't even talk.
Well,
this sounds to me.
But if he's sick and shit, big man, they don't want him sitting around a hotel doing fucking media fucking interviews for 3 hours today, right?
This sounds to me like mononucleosis. But what do I know? And if he is mono, he's not playing. And they better, I mean, let's hope he doesn't. But college kids are known to get mono. I had it. I don't know if you've ever had it. It's tough. It's a shitty thing to have. You have swollen glands. You have a fever. You can't swallow. You can't talk. This is a good.
If he has mono, he's not going to play. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, look, he says a team source says Mayfield's affliction is just a cold, not major.
Well, of course you're going to say
Another spokesman says he's fine, but he can't talk.
I mean, all week we heard Luke Falk was playing, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he doesn't play.
But one thing that is true, it is a little strange that no one's seen Baker Mayfield for 3 days in a row, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's definitely laying low here,
Yeah, I mean.
Well, if he's, I'm a little concerned about this right now, obviously. I just saw this story for the first time. I mean.
I thought it was just like for his first day, him just being him. He doesn't want to.
I'll be honest. If I don't see him tomorrow or by Sunday, then I can't bet the game. Like if their quarterback's in hiding and they're just saying, "Don't worry about it, don't worry about it," then I'm going to worry about it.
Yeah, it's again, it could be nothing, or it could be something serious.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
All right, so
not practicing those sucks. I mean, you want him out.
No, he practiced.
Because I'm seeing he missed another. Okay, you're right.
Non-football. So basically, they're not making him available for interviews, and they're saying he's sick. Now, some people are accusing him of lying and just stating that they don't want him talking to people. But yeah, I don't know. Baker Mayfield's a lot like Trump, right? You never know what he's going to say. So,
sure.
All right. So next game, Clemson, Alabama, main event. Monday night, Sugar Bowl. Who you like?
These games are so tough, man. You're putting me on the spot, surely.
You're splitting hairs here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to come on here and act like I'm going to try to give you some unbelievable stat that you haven't heard before. Listen, I think Dabo Swinney is the best coach in the country. I think he's proven that. I think for what he's doing right now, he's the best coach. I think defensively, I asked Donnie Wright said this question the other day, Gabe, off the record. If right now, tomorrow afternoon, the Browns played Clemson, what would the line be, realistically?
We talked about this last night on the show. Look, last year they set a fictitious line. They were asked so much about it in Vegas. Alabama and the Browns were 26-point favorites against Alabama.
What about Clemson? It's not much different, probably.
Yeah, it would be the same thing.
Yeah, I got to be real. I think the Browns
would take the points with Alabama, but they wouldn't win the game outright.
I think the Browns would have trouble scoring on either defense, particularly Clemson's. It's so tough. You know what? I'll take the points. I'll take the 3 points. I think whoever would be getting points this matchup, I'd take. I still
That's a good
don't.
point. You're going to say, yeah, exactly. You take the underdog.
I'll be real. I'm not a big Jalen Hurts guy. Never have been. Never will be. I just don't know how good he really is. I think defensively, this is not one of the stronger defenses Alabama's had. It's very good. I don't think it's unbelievable. I think you can move the ball against them. I like Clemson here. I would take Clemson.
You know what it is with Clemson or Alabama? I don't think Hurts is a bad quarterback, but he's not a great quarterback. He's a very good quarterback, but
they haven't had a good quarterback in many years.
I think, you know, their offense hasn't been in sync since they let Lane Kiffin go. You know, they weren't in sync in the championship game last year. They weren't in sync at all this year. I find that Alabama just doesn't have an offensive identity. They don't have anything they're hanging their hat on. Like, they're, you know, it's not like, all right, we're a smash mouth team and we throw the ball rarely, but we throw the ball to Ridley. They mix it up a lot, and they're not really good at one specific thing. Like, normally it's like, oh boy, fuck, they're giving it to Derrick Henry and shit, and you can't stop it. You know, and they have that battering ram of running backs, Henry and Yeldon, and it's like, oh fuck, we can't stop this. They don't have that now. They get away from Scarborough quickly. They throw the ball. They don't have a real identity on offense, and they're kind of pitter-patter, scattered around. And we saw, man, they didn't really play a tough schedule this year. They got all they can handle from Mississippi State. They were lucky to win the game. They lose to Auburn. They're kind of lucky that they're in the playoff here, to be honest with you.
Why are they,
you know?
Why are they a favorite? I mean, can you explain that? I mean, why? Why is Alabama a favorite?
Name and reputation.
Okay, but I think that's a mistake. I mean, I think, and this is why I like, you know, guys like Dabo Swinney. I mean, they're going to know that. Look at this.
You know what's crazy, big man?
Yeah.
Because everyone thinks because Deshaun Watson's gone that Clemson's not the same, but this team might be better than last year. Like, last year, their defense was good, but it wasn't this good.
Oh, their defense this year is great.
Like, I mean, yeah, now this year, they're just, like, they fuck you up. Last year, they won a lot of close games. Deshaun Watson was in tough, like the Pitt game they lost. You know, like, they weren't a perfect team last year. Like, they scored a lot of points. They gave up points. They made defensive plays. Their defense was better 2 years ago. But they lost a lot of guys 2 years ago on that defense that lost in the championship game to the NFL. So last year, their defense is rebuilding, and now this year it's arrived. And then conversely on offense, they're pretty fucking efficient. Like, Kelly Bryant's not a big star like Watson is, but he's pretty damn good for a college quarterback. And
he's a kid.
A stud. They're good, you know?
He's come in and just totally taken over the position. This kid, he's a freshman, for God's sakes.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's been great.
He's very calm. Man. He plays mature, this kid.
Yeah, I think it's bulletin board material that they're an underdog. Listen, I do think at the end of the day, Gabe, if you put Ohio State and Alabama next to each other, the problem that Ohio State has is they lost to Iowa. That was the I think the nail in their coffin. If they didn't have that, probably would have got in. But you can't lose to Iowa, and we can split hairs. But either way, I think it's Clemson. I think it's Georgia, and I got to tell you, I think Clemson's going to repeat here.
Before the matchups were even set, like right after the regular season, I said Oklahoma, I think, will win the championship. I gave them as the future, plus 350. I'm getting a little bit of cold feet, especially now. We're really going to have to keep our eye on this Mayfield stuff, guys. But to be honest with you, I'm starting to feel Clemson. I think Clemson's going to beat Bama, and I think Oklahoma wins, and then Clemson, Oklahoma. I'm hard-pressed to see Dabo losing this game, man. The guy, like you said, along with Nick Saban, he's the best coach in college football, and he'll have an opportunity right now to win a rubber match and beat Saban 2 out of the 3 times. You know, Dabo Swinney's 14-1 against the SEC. He's only lost once. Don't forget, Dabo Swinney played at Alabama, guys. Dabo Swinney is pretty much waiting Nick Saban out, and then he's going to take that job in Bama.
Yeah, he's got a pretty amazing story, actually. I mean, I've read some amazing things about him, but I got to say this, Gabe. I feel like for Baker Mayfield not to play, he's going to have some uncurable disease. Gabe, the fucking Purdue quarterback had a torn ACL. The coach knew about it and still played him. That's negligence. There has to be some sort of lawsuit there, doesn't there?
The college coaches don't give a shit about
But that's If that was my kid and he was at a fucking school and the coach said, play on your torn ACL, that's okay. What? He's got a fucking torn ACL, for God's sake. But I think Mayfield will play. He's got to – I think he'd have to be really sick not to play.
All right, big man. So before we get you out of here, Eagles resting everybody on Sunday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a good spot for the Cowboys to win, don't you think?
Yeah, I would take them. I'm actually more, as far as teams out, I'm pretty irritated, Gabe. I have a big future on will a team not win a game this year? And I was just salivating at the opportunity that I wouldn't have to hedge. It'd be an easy big-time winner for me with the Steelers this week. And, like always, Mike Tomlin decides to do something stupid. And again, I mean, I get
their backups will win anyways, dude.
But the likelihood of the Jets beating the Patriots is low. I get that. But to just quit and say we're not going to even try, I actually did hedge. I hedged today. I got plus 230. I know they probably will win the Steelers, but if it was anyone else but Landry Jones, I'd probably chance it. But I mean, I just have a feeling. I mean, the Browns are in a good position. They got that first draft pick grabbed. The Steelers don't give a fuck. Are they really going to let a team go on, not win a game? I mean, I had to hedge a little bit. I had to.
I was going to play it too, dude. I was going to play that bet. I thought the Jets would be the team that maybe not win. But I thought the Browns were going to be shit too, actually. And I remember
I thought it'd be the Jets. I was stone cold thinking it was the Jets. I saw that depth chart and I was thinking, Jesus Christ, this depth chart's terrible. But
Steelers are
6-point favorites.
6-point favorites. They probably cover still. Fuck.
Yeah, they probably still win by.
I think Landry Jones is terrible too, but he actually hasn't sucked the last 2 years or so. I
just wonder, what's their defense going to look like? It's probably going to be one of those close games. I don't want to sweat it. I can get double my money and then some on. It's a $300 future. It pays out like $3,500 almost. So,
what'd you put on the plus 230? $400?
No, I hedged for 1,000.
You put 1,000? Oh wow.
Yeah, I can win either, double my, I wanted to.
Yeah, you're pretty much guaranteeing you want about 2K out of the gate here, give or take. Yeah.
Because I got to be real. I think the Browns are going to win. I really do. I don't think, the Steelers they're not going to have anyone in there.
I'm not a big hedger. In certain situations, I
never hedge. I hate hedging. But
if I was I probably would have put 4. You went bigger than I would have. I would have just said, all right, I'll get $1,000 back if the Browns win. Because I don't think they'll win. I thought they could cover last week. I don't think they could win, but hey, congratulations! Either way, you just won a couple of $1,000 essentially.
Plus, I've had a good week here so far. So I mean,
that's smart investing and smart gambling.
Yeah. So I don't have to sweat. I don't got to worry about it. But I am pissed off because I was literally going to look at this and be like, wow, this is a 14 fucking point favorite. They ain't losing. This is
Speaking of smart investing and gambling, I told you guys to take the Clippers up 114-100. We told you to jump on the in-game over 214.5. It's 114-100 with 4 minutes left. So we're going to hit that. It's going to sail over. Should have known this. We should have hammered the game with the total too, but most of my money's tied up actually. I mean, fuck, I put 300 on this Clipper game. I had the football games. All right, big man. So any other NFL you got before we let you go here?
I can't say I do. I got to keep looking at the card a little bit. Obviously do your homework, and that's the big thing. I mean, make sure you're not, don't go in this betting any sport. You shouldn't do that. But also one other thing before I go, I think Louisville balls the fuck out tomorrow against Mississippi State. I look at this a lot like Dak Prescott's final game. He balled the fuck out on NC State. Yeah. Louisville, this is a quarterback you don't get very often. Mississippi State, a backup quarterback.
Lost their coach and Dan Mullen too, who's the offensive coordinator too.
They struggled against higher-end competition all year. I think Lamar Jackson is a big day. I could see them putting up 40 points in this game. I like Louisville. I got 6.5. I like that play. Louisville and Wisconsin for me.
I'll tell you what, guys, NFL football, before we let you go here, got to love the Dallas Cowboys. As Big Man knows, I hate the Eagles, fade the Eagles. But all kidding aside, they are resting everybody, and Dallas are not. Dallas want to win. They got Jerry Jones on their ass. Garrett's fucking on the hot seat. Elliott never played this year, so Elliott feels like, I owe these guys. I can't quit now. Cowboys are the player. I'm surprised the spread isn't 3.5, 4. I think it'll go up, actually. Cowboys -2.5 is a good pick. Packers and Lions aren't playing for anything, but I'm kind of leaning with the Packers, but I don't like it enough. Didn't make my cut, but the Cowboys did. I was going to take the Colts, but fuck, it's up to -6 right now. Texans have quit. I can see the Colts taking some frustrations out on them, but pass on that, then it's up to 6. You're talking about the Browns. I'm going to take a shot with the Bengals, dude. The Bengals +9.5, 10 against Baltimore. Cincinnati have beaten these guys 6 out of the last 8 times they played. It's Marvin Lewis's last game. They're not going to roll over and want Baltimore to make the playoffs on their watch. I think Cincinnati gives them all they can handle. As long as Dalton doesn't play like Sam Darnold tonight, they should be able to cover the number there. I like that one. We talked about it all week, guys. I think the Raiders +7 is a real live dog. Wouldn't shock me if they beat the Chargers outright in that football game. I like my Buffalo Bills to handle business against the Dolphins. Dolphins have tapped out. And
I kind of like Washington, kind of.
Yeah, I can live with that. It's just I'm kind of passing on these shitty teams. I'm sort of looking for situational spots. And I like Carolina. I think Carolina's a better team than Atlanta this year. It's down to 3 right now, though. I liked it when it was a little bit higher, but it is down to 3. So to recap, the games, I'm betting these games too. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys -2.5. I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals +9.5, but I'll make it 10. I'm taking the Oakland Raiders +7. And I'm taking the Buffalo Bills -2.5. And I guess I'll tease the Carolina Panthers up to +10 because it'll be a close game.
This is one thing I want to say here. I know they almost beat the Eagles, but we have the possibility, Gabe, on Sunday of seeing possibly one of the worst depth charts ever assembled this week.
John, hold on. You said, how are the Raiders checked out? Did you watch them play? How did they check out?
No, I'm saying we might have the possibility.
I'm saying in the chat here, you're saying the Chargers and the Raiders have checked out. The Raiders have not checked out, Muhammad.
Who said that?
No, Muhammad Jamba. The Raiders checked out, but they checked back in.
What a surprise.
No, but I'm saying, look, on the Sunday night 2 weeks ago against the Cowboys, did they check out? No. They would have won the game if Carr didn't fumble on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, they played pretty well last week.
Last week on Monday Night Football, I laid the points, Muhammad, thinking the Raiders would quit and not care. The Raiders did care. The Raiders didn't quit. And now they'll really care against the Chargers on the way out. They haven't quit, Muhammad.
But who's literally playing for the Giants this week? I mean, Sterling Shepard's out. Evan Engram's out. Tavares King's out. I mean, what are they going to have on offense this week?
Yeah, I can't disagree. It's just the Redskins fucking suck too.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. By the way, I won't bring up the Eli Apple thing, but what a disgrace. That's where it is. But I'll be on tomorrow with Ian Cameron, 11 a.m. We'll break down the college hoops card. Looking forward to that. Big day tomorrow. A lot of big
goes in for Loshak.
Actually, Ian Cameron does basketball with me right now.
You're doing basketball. Okay, no, It's not football tomorrow. It's basketball. All right.
Football's at noon. We have a couple guys going over to all the bowl games. So, yeah.
All right, man. So, I'll be back home. I'm on the road for another couple of more days.
How'd that go? You having a good time?
I'm a little worn out, man. I haven't slept. I haven't eaten. It's been like I got back and my eardrums popped. I've been rehearsing. I'm trying to remember lyrics. I forgot some of my medications. It's a nightmare, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you what, man. To all the people out there, I know I'm not the picture of health. I know you probably don't want to listen to me for health advice. One thing I always recommend, take care of your ears. Your ears, man, the pain you can get in them sometimes, brutal.
Playing in a heavy metal band doesn't help, trust me.
Yeah, no, it's very brutal. I hear. All right, Gabe, get some dinner.
How was your party? How was the Albanian party tonight?
Always good, my friend. Always good. We had a nice time. A lot of hot Albanians there. A lot of beautiful women. Some for family. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the other people that were there. I actually have a girl for Bruce Chad if he's interested.
Good.
I told him he'll have to come next.
Did you tell the girl though, like Bruce Chad's going to take her to Domino's?
Actually, I said to her, I have this guy named Bruce Chad. He's a good-looking guy. He likes fine dining establishments. Didn't tell her anything about what places he liked to eat. But, I said he'll take you out for poutine. It'll be very nice. She said, though, he will have to convert to Islam, though. I don't know if he's willing. That is one thing that you have to. And Bruce Chad, they will make you because the fathers will make you. Her father's very strict. So
if you're gonna convert to Islam, she better be fucking hot.
she is. I'm not kidding, Bruchette. She's definitely hot. You would definitely like her, I promise.
Be prepared though, Bruce. You'll never be able to cross another border again.
Hey, Bruchette, you got to send me a picture of you so I can get her a real picture. You look pretty studly in that picture. I see you there, but I need a better picture.
Yeah.
And no Bitcoin, no Bitcoin talk either.
All right, big man.
All right, have a good night, Gabe.
Rest, big man.
Yep.
I'll see you. We'll see you Monday. I'll be back over. I'll be online a bit over the weekend, but I'm holed up in this mini hotel room with hospital-like lighting for the next few days.
How's the hotel? Is it nice?
Yeah, it's clean. Yeah, they're nice. No problem. Good location and stuff. It's a little small. No complaints. I'm not a fan of the lighting, but if that's the worst problem, I can't complain.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, buddy. Take it easy.
Hey, see you later, big man.
See you, pal.
All right, guys. That's it for us. Once again, I went fucking 3 hours pretty much, but we gave you the Clippers winner. They're up by 16. We gave you the in-game over winner. We gave you USC and Washington to go over the number winner. We lose the Warriors and we lose the football, but the Clippers any over and the over in a college game helped soften the blow a little bit of the USC Trojans losing. As I told you, tomorrow I'm loading up on Penn State tomorrow. That's my best bet in college. And as far as the UFC tomorrow, we're going to parlay Cyborg Santos and Habib. And we're going to play Carlos Condit, Neil Magny over 2.5. I'll be on tomorrow morning at 10:39 in the morning on the Fantasy Sports Television Network, the Radio Network, Dish Network Channel 262, Google Home World, Amazon Echo, Xbox, PlayStation, and every other motherfucking thing anything you can plug in, I'll be on. 10:39, 11:39 in the morning. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're going to do a special mini New Year's Eve show for the patrons. So check me out on Twitter and Patreon, patreon.com/sportsrage on Sunday night. And I'll be back here with you guys Monday night. I'll be back in Toronto, back in the regular headquarters, God willing. Who knows what'll happen between now and then, but God willing, we'll be back Monday night for the Alabama-Clemson game. Other than that, you're on your own. May the winners be yours. Happy New Year, guys.